overwhelming amount of fucking haters. XQC farms haters well without becoming a lolcow. Also, yeah, exactly. He does a really good job of farming the haters. Because his community has like blind loyalty to him, and also because he doesn't respond. He doesn't let it get to him, I think, in some ways. Right. So I really respect him for doing that. And same with Pokimane, who has a fuckload of haters too. More similar to me. Like her haters are more similar to my haters. Right. And people do make like videos about her being like the truth about Pokimane, like she's awful or whatever the fuck, right? In the same way that dude, your haters are dedicated as fuck though. I've had fucking weirdos in my DMs or even being in your chat. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like we have more pathological and more obsessed ones. I think we have more pathological and more obsessed haters because one, she's been the top female content creator on the space for like a very long time. She's the face of Twitch. So obviously there's like a lot of fucking weirdo psychos who are like pathological in the way that they like obsess over her and everything that she does and like tries to, try to bastardize everything that she does to be like, oh, she's bad. Look at that. Like she, and the same for me as well for my politics, right? XQC had to stop hosting raiding people for a while because of his chat. Yeah, I know. I mean, but there's a reason why I don't host and raid everyone, and I only host and raid specific people. Yes, because that is true. No matter what happens, like, think about it this way. I bet yours and Pokey's hater overlap is massive. Conservatives and capitalists hate you just for being socialists. Those same conservative incels hate Pokey for just being a woman. Exactly. No, for sure. When I started watching you had dudes in here tracking the time you and Pokey were offline. Yeah, there's like a lot of psychos. Anyway, so I wonder if that crazy incel sexist dude we listened to, Saturday has a video on her. Yes, he does. But even then, she deals with them better than I do as well, where she just literally does not respond to it. Or if she's going to respond to haters, like she will literally make like a big... She is able to stop the flood of commentary by responding to it one time and then never again. And I really respect her for dealing with it appropriately. And I think does a really good job overall. Like she doesn't give a shit that there's like constantly people writing fucking essays about being like Pokimane breathed differently today. What the fuck? Right? He never responds for the most part. He never responds or literally will double down and fucking ride the wave. She doesn't usually respond, but when she does, it's like a one-off. And then on the third rung, I have myself, who does it in the absolute worst way possible, where I'm constantly responding and constantly addressing and not just doing it one time to point to that one-time thing that everyone could just point to be like, this is the addressal of all the haters. Shut the fuck up. Go watch it there. Stop talking about it. So, there's definitely so much more that I need to learn from my fellow content creators and the way that they deal with their fucking haters and farm them and shit. So I am aware of it. Like I'm self-aware and I try to stop myself. And it's like, it sucks and it takes forever. Then you're sad for the rest of the day. Yes. So that's what I was going to say is that I let it get to me. And that's the point. And then it cucks the content and it makes it awful. And I give personal responses to each and every hater's post. Exactly. Like, it's just not great. Chatters, whenever they get your attention anyway, I captivated the guy who captivated 1,000 guys. So yeah, that's part of the problem. That's part of the process. It is what it is. But let's see what they had to say. XQC's right though. And so is Pokimane. XQC's right that like in this day and age, you don't really like get quote unquote canceled. You cancel yourself basically. And Iman is right when she says, well, technically people driving you off the internet is what we consider to be a cancellation. So it's still usually up to you and how you deal with it. Okay. Like what makes a cancellation is like how you deal with it. And people rarely ever like get full-blown canceled, right? Unless they've done something that's like, canceled by the government, canceled by the federal government for, violating laws. But other than that, like, it's rare that you let people fucking go buck wild on you and then, and drive yourself off the internet ultimately.
I think is a matter of perspective.
Canceled has become such an over.
I think the hardest thing for you is that you were completely able to tolerate conservative Nazis that hate you. But when it started coming from the left, that's when it got to you. So in a sense, I think Poke and XC haters are still different from yours, if that makes sense. Oh, 100%. That's it. That's what kills me. That's absolutely what it is. It's people that like are supposed to be my allies and supposed to see the world in the same way that I do, that fucking turn around and they're like, fuck you, you're a piece of shit, you're a villain. That's what kills me. It literally fucking kills me. It's like a fucking gut punch. It's like being stabbed in the fucking heart every time. Every time. Because there's a broader consequence of that. Because it's a constant reinforcement that like, it's a constant reinforcement of the attitude that like the left is cannibalizing itself once again, or people who would otherwise become like more progressive by being open-minded are turning around and thinking like, fuck this guy. I don't give a shit. I get shit on by the conservatives regularly. It sucks. I get death threats. You know, they fucking harass me, whatever. Again, that, dude, come on. Yes, we're all getting paid. Okay. We're all getting paid in this cycle. Okay. That doesn't try to focus on a broader point that I'm trying to make here. I'm not saying I'm not getting paid, please. Like your input in this situation does not, you know, it's not warranted. I was watching another streamer the other day and one of their chatters said they hate you because no one should be rich when you're a socialist. Yeah, I mean, that too. XQ used to be super hated in the early watch days because he was toxic as fuck in his controversies. Now he's the most loved streamer on the planet. Cancellations only matter if you let them. Yeah. Feels like it's that the left falls in love thing. People find a thing that they feel so strongly about, even if they agree with you on most things, they go against them on one thing they're strangely passionate about. You're done. Yeah, it's annoying, but viewer reading chat. 90% of all viewer listeners only know of something when you specifically answer it. Only know of opposition or goofiness because you reference it, leading to more or less confident in your take. Evidence versus none. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, and as far as the payment goes, like, look, at the top of the hour, I serve a 60-second ad break. I'm sure that is, you know, controversial for many. And if you no longer want to see those ads, well, then, you know, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do that for $5. You can do that for free with a Twitch Prime, you know. And that's the way to get an uninterrupted broadcasting experience. Or you can get gifted a sub if you're lucky. Here's the 1 minute ad break now, you know. Twitch Prime is free as long as you connect your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. Or Bill Vog. Thank you for the 10 gifted. Or you get a gifted sub from Bill Vog. Here's the 1 minute ad break now. Okay.
Overused and shitty term that it no longer has a definition.
You're not wrong.
What the fuck does it even mean?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. With how much shit people get, I think if you put a good amount of creators in my position, when they start, if you make them go live now and they play a video game, right? They would probably say that, yeah, they'd stop streaming and they'd say, yeah, I got canceled because the chat is shitting on them. Like, if I play a game, okay,
yeah,
all I get in chat is so bad, so dog shit, garbage, and quit the game.
I mean, he's right. That's it. He's right about that, by the way. I mean, totally. Like, the dynamic between streamers and their community usually is like, even if it's a loved one, it's still a negative one. You know what I mean? To the outsider, that's why Grimes, who is by no means a normal person, looked at the sea of chat and thought, you have a mental illness for doing this. And she's right. I don't think she's wrong about that. And, you know, that's fucking Grimes. Do you think about that? She's right. Because to the outside world, the dynamic between like me and my community looks like I'm just getting fucking relentlessly shit on, right? And even though like I understand the memes and I understand where they're coming from, and it's the same with XQC, like if you address the actual negative takes, then it just turns into like something so much worse. Especially when there are outside communities that take advantage of the sea of like supposedly negative commentary and turn it into like actual negative commentary.
They get nothing but that in the chat, right? Because that's just what they say, you know? So in my perspective, it's like normalized, like it's just like a funny joke, but for somebody else, it'd be like, GG's. So I think it kind of depends.